So, yeah, that was not a pretty picture what we saw against the Giants. Obviously, our predictions were way off. Mine 24-6, your 31-10. Clearly, the 29-20 loss to Daniel Jones at home. No Devin Singletary. It's pretty pathetic.
No Malik Neighbors, no reason for us to allow that to happen. That was just, man, I mean that felt as bad as any of the horrible Carroll losses of the last few years, like, to the Giants at home in 2020, a couple games to the Cardinals where we just, like came out and shat the bed. And it's weird how similar this team still feels to the last couple of years, 5 games into the season now. And it's clearly the Giants are not a more talented team than us, but they just came out the gate and kicked us in the teeth and just out executed us all day. It was really rough to watch. I mean, I knew we talked about it. Dexter Lawrence was going to be a problem. I didn't think he would literally like ruin the game for us because he basically did.
Yeah.
Like I think the most mystifying part of this game from our strategy standpoint, though, is the absolute unwillingness to even try to run the ball. Like that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and I feel like that's part of why this game got out of control so fast.
Yeah, it was not great. I'm looking at the team stats in comparison. Third down efficiencies, we were awful today.
Three for
Three for
11, 0 for 2 on fourth down. We gave up 7 sacks. The Giants outgained us in time of possession by 15 minutes. I mean, this
Yep.
is a problem with this team going back to like 2020, 2021. And it's crazy. There's, a whole new slate of players, essentially, brand new coaching staff. What is it about the Seahawks that's making us get owned in the time of possession so often? Like this is the worst way to lose a game when you just give up 7 for 16 on third down to your opponent and you let them run for 175. Like that's the easiest way to lose a game. And the Giants with Tyrone Tracy in particular just like dictated how this game was going to go. Really, from that first 3rd and 17 when they were backed up to their own end zone and we give up a huge screenplay for like 18 yards. That kind of gave me a bad feeling right there because, like, first play of the game, Daniel Jones falls on his own and throws the ball backwards, and it's hilarious. And we're like, oh, we're about to annihilate the Giants. It looked just like how we thought it was going to look. And then you give up that third down, and it just was like, ooh, that's not great. And that feeling did not leave until the blocked field goal, basically.
Yeah, I that's funny you say that because I was about to bring up it was a shame that we ended up losing and played so poorly because the game started off so promising with Daniel Jones doing that and it was so funny. I mean, we were literally laughing for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was
And
that was
and then
amazing.
it just kind of got erased after that. Like you were saying, that third down, that third and long, it just was like, oh boy, how like a special kind of bad gives that up to that offense. And we just kind of looked like that for the remainder of the day. And it just was a bummer because we kind of just looked like we just were underprepared, especially on offense. So yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like we just got thoroughly outcoached today on basically every aspect of the game. I mean, you look at the box score and like some of the numbers are okay. We moved the ball all right. 5.7 yards per play is okay. But I wouldn't say, I mean, by no means was this a good offensive performance. You scored 20 points when 7 of those are on a fumble return for a touchdown that's like 102 yards. So definitely not a good day at the office for the offense. And on defense, it just feels like anytime teams run a screen, we're cooked. And I don't get it. Like the Lions massacred us with a lot of short underneath passes, and Giants kind of did the same thing. Daniel Jones did hit a deep ball to Darius Slayton over Trey Brown, and Trey Brown had a particularly abysmal day today. I mean, two holding penalties, one of I think both were on third downs actually, which was crucial. And
Hmm.
he just got toasted in coverage. I hope Tariq Woolen's not going to miss significant time. And also Uchenna Nuosu, his return only lasted about a quarter because he left the game with a thigh injury. So we're really banged up, and to be honest, I don't want to be too much of a prisoner of the moment, but I'm kind of reevaluating my expectations for this season because this was really bad. Like this is about as bad as it can get. I know we had a chance to win this game, and we very easily could have won it with a little bit better execution on offense towards the end. The blocked field goal, total freak play, and Dexter Lawrence actually held one of our guards down on that play, which I guess should have been a penalty. I'm not gonna like we didn't deserve to win this game. I'm not gonna bitch about it, but I don't think you're gonna see a play like that happen again because it's a freak thing for a guy to jump over.
Has the NFL said anything about that play yet? Because I always thought like
They
if you come,
said they said the guy jumping over was legal, but they didn't talk about how if you watch that play, a couple defensive linemen on the Giants are literally holding the
long
long snapper
snapper.
down so he doesn't get touched. And
Hmm.
I'm like, how is that legal? I don't know. That seems a little odd to me. But to be frank, the fact that we were driving, into the red zone with a chance to win this thing, it almost just felt like we played so bad we don't deserve this win. And I wish we had gotten it because everyone in our division besides the Cardinals lost today. And this would have been a great opportunity to just get some breathing room in the NFC West. Now we got the 49ers coming to town in 4 days. We're banged up. Two really bad defensive performances in a row. So it's time for Mike McDonald to show what he's made of and show why we hired him because I mean, we were 3-0, what, 8 days ago or something. And now we're staring at a potential 3-3 start to the season. So gotta gotta pull yourself up and figure this thing out, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really love the matchup on Thursday for us to get out of this funk.
With the
Um,
way we've been defending the run, no, not at all.
yeah, and hopefully we'll have our guys back like Byron Murphy um and those guys. Hopefully Uchenna Nwosu can play, but yeah, I like you just said, am reevaluating my expectations for the season because even though we did have a chance to win that game, it was, I mean, it was just bad on every phase, every account, and just making me think that won't be the last time we see us play like that. I, but who knows? I just maybe it'll be a good thing to kind of have a down year like this so we can get a good draft pick. Hopefully, I don't know, the offensive line, I'm just really dependent on the status of uh, Abraham Lucas and when he can return because yeah, this that I mean I just don't really have anything good to say about the offense and how they
I
played
mean,
today.
I we need to just draft like 10 guards until we get something playable out there because the duo of Bradford and Tomlinson, man, it's got to be the worst guard pair in the league. And Stone Forsythe had his first bad game today as well. So we basically got 60% of our offensive line at like practice squad play level. And like, I think Gino's great. I think he played a pretty good game overall. He was our leading rusher today with 70 yards, oddly enough. I think the running backs are great. I think the receivers are great. I like the tight end position. It's just this fucking line, man. It honestly has me pretty frustrated with John Schneider for not fucking doing anything to address it. And he gave an interview this offseason that he says he thinks guards are overdrafted and frankly overpaid. Dude, you're just wrong on this one, buddy. Look what is happening to our team because of your neglect of the interior offensive line. Anywho, yeah, I don't really know what they can do to address it this season. I don't know if they're putting Christian Haynes out there or even if he is gonna be our savior. But yeah, it's a problem. And when you have elite teams coming to town, I don't know what you're gonna do because the Giants just fucking rocked you all game, and this is one of the lesser teams in the entire league. Granted, they played very well today. They played better than they played all season for sure, being the Giants, but inexcusable, man. Like, yeah, I I'm obviously still kind of pissed about this game. It's hard not to be.
Yeah, yeah. This is just kind of one of those bad games, I think, too. I mean, every team has one at some
Yeah.
point during the season. And this was definitely that one to forget about. But like I said, I'm just a little worried about moving forward because we have what? The Niners next. And then who do we have after the Niners?
Let's pull up the schedule because after them, yeah, I don't what the fuck is going on with my mouse? I don't really know what is on the slate for us.
Okay,
But
so we have the Niners next, and then on the 20th, we have the Falcons on the road. Really don't
oof.
like that game either.
And
If
then
I'm
we
being
got the
honest with
Bills
you.
after that.
Uh, this is not good. And then the Rams, which is never a gimme. Then the
I
Niners again, and then the
I don't I don't
Cardinals.
I don't think we play a single easy game the rest of the season looking at this. Every one of these teams, even if they have a losing record, like, the Niners, Cardinals, and Rams, those are tough teams. So yeah, this could, if we don't turn it around, this could get ugly really quick. It
Mm,
could. I mean, you could be looking at like a 4-13 season if we don't turn this thing around. But the way the defense is played, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Well, I mean, again, I don't want to overreact. It's very early in the season. We still almost won this game. We still, had a chance to beat Detroit in the fourth quarter last weekend. It's not like we're getting beat, the brakes beaten off of us every week. But the concerns with this team are frightening, especially if you can't stop the run. And once teams know that, it's like so hard to win because you get so few chances to have your offense on the field, and then you start getting to the point where you have to score every drive, and you saw all of that today. So
I know it's such a bummer too, because through the first 3 weeks, I was like, dang, maybe we can stop the run this year. This is awesome. And now I'm like, no, no, actually, that was just a facade. We were just playing bad teams and play teams that can actually move the ball on the ground. It's just bringing me right back to last year. So,
yeah, and it's frustrating because it's like you look at the makeup of this defensive line, and you'd think, I mean, I know we've been banged up quite a bit, but you'd think they'd be able to do a better job than what's happening out there. So I don't know what the fix is. And like we have a whole different regime in here now. So we can't say, oh, Carroll's not figuring out the defense. He's not the guy anymore. And the new guys so far, 3 games in, or the last 2 games, just it looks like this exact same team. It's kind of funny. So, anywho, here's to hoping for better things against the Niners this week because that was yuck. I want to
yeah.
forget about this.
And who knows? Maybe this week we'll come out pissed off and we'll look good. We have plenty of games like that where we think the season's over essentially after that putrid performance against that terrible team. But I I don't know, maybe we could come out hot and surprise us again in a good way this time because I was certainly surprised in all aspects of the game today.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what else can we do besides hope and cope that things will get better? So,
Yeah.
all right, that's about all I want to say about this game. Fucking sucked. Never want to watch that happen again. And now I feel like a real dipshit for the Daniel Jones video because he torched us today.
Yeah, it's kind of karma, I guess, for us.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was still funny and I don't regret doing it and I'd do it again.
I
I
still
still
think
think
he's bad. I
I
still
I
think
was
he's
gonna say
fucking
I still think
terrible.
he's a giant idiot. But
Yeah,
I
well,
can't believe we didn't get a pick today.
we haven't gotten a pick since week 1, man.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking turnovers? Our defensive genius coach is not cooking up any turnovers for us. It's frustrating me.
Yeah.
So I hope we pick off Brock on Thursday. At least if the like last thing I'll say, the best thing about this week is we get another game immediately and we can just forget. Even if it's worse than this game, at least we don't have to think about this game for much longer.
That's the best part about the game or
Yeah.
this week.
That's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, yeah, I don't have too much else to say. I didn't really have a whole lot to say, to be honest, going into this. So yeah,
I didn't even
uh,
want to do this, but I feel like we have to. So here we are.
yeah. All right,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we'll do another one this week, and I guess we'll have to do it
Tuesday or
maybe on
Wednesday.
Tuesday or
Yeah.
Wednesday. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I could even do it tomorrow. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Just yeah, we'll figure it out.
okay, cool. All right, well, yeah, I guess on to the next.
Yep, we carry on. Catch you
Yeah,
on the next one.
yep.